Alright, Idol Searchers, Charlie back with the third part of your round one critiques, the top 5, the best performances of this week. Coming in at number 5 is Alxthisxisxme, Alexandra, singing Up to the Mountain by Patty Griffin. And the fact is that if I close my eyes, this is nearly the best entry of the round, in my opinion. And no, I'm not saying that you're ugly. Far from it, in fact. I think you're quite beautiful, as is your voice. What bothers me and what holds this back from being a truly great entry and keeps it at being a merely pretty to very good one is that you are constantly checking your lyrics. You got this video in under the wire. I am not sure how much time you spent with the song. It's a case of not knowing the song by heart. And while I definitely did get more emotion from this performance than I did from your audition, there will be so much more there, and the performance will come together so much better when you take the time to memorize your lyrics and really lose yourself in the song. It goes back to my critique from round 1, to be honest, of you being a very good singer versus a great performer as well. I'm convinced of the former. I need you to convince me of the latter. Still, even with this pretty big flaw, this is the number 5 video of the week. Definitely one of the strongest ones. And your score is a 7.1. Next up, coming in at number 4, is Singing Fool 14. And that is Steffi Ledbetter. She sang, or you sang, Heaven by Bryan Adams. And I feel like maybe you took more inspiration from the DJ Sammy Yanu version, not the up-tempo dance version, but the Candlelight remix of that, because that's the vibe that I got from your track. I'm not sure if you used that track or if you made one in that style. But here's a perfect example, similar to the last one, similar to Alexandra, of a performance that is very easy to admire, but very difficult to love. Because I can see that, how to put this, the trick with doing a song like the DJ Sammy Yanu down-tempo version is that it has very little dynamic variation, so you have to be completely emotionally committed. The song doesn't necessarily build that much, but I want to see it build on camera. I want you to deliver the performance and make it build. And frankly, the eyes here were a little bit dead. Still, I can't deny that the actual singing of the song was very well done. One of the cleanest vocals of the round. And the last, Found It Here in Your Heart, as well as the oohs at the very end, they just show off this sublimely beautiful vocal tone. Presentation-wise, I would really prefer you with a blank wall. I'm going to get real tired of that grape dish. Maybe take that down if you can when you're recording. That's a nitpick, but it will make your visual much more clean. So, all in all, your score comes out to a 7.2. Coming in at number 3, another one who got it in under the wire. A really powerful vocalist, though, CorieChan, singing Baba O'Reilly by The Who. And in this case, the track was so loud. It really, the only reason that I put you this high, despite such a huge flaw in the sound, was that I could still, you sang the crap out of that song. Whoa, like that, the backing track was so loud, but I could still hear that you were singing the hell out of the song. It was one of the strongest vocal performances of the round and of the competition so far. And I think you do have one of the strongest voices in the competition. And clearly you had a lot of fun with this as well. But another thing, in addition to in addition to the level of the track that really hurt you was the presentation. It was kind of borderline for me. If it weren't such a great vocal, like I said, I might get hung up about the fact that you're just kind of plopped down in the middle of the living room. I think you're working from a laptop, so that should be pretty portable. So try finding a bare wall to sing against for next time and fix the sound level on your track. And I think that you've got the potential to really shake things up here. Yeah. Not only that, but standing up will help your vocal technique if you find a wall to film against with your laptop or something like that. On the strength of the vocal alone, though, this one gets a 7.3. So that vocal was pretty darn amazing. Coming in at number 2, our number 1 auditioner from last week, Kirstilynn, singing Tonight I Wanna Cry by Keith Urban. And Kirsty, you remain the vocalist in this competition whose recordings sound the most like produced vocal tracks. And I really enjoyed this performance, but a little bit less than your first, and this is why. I think you switched up the rhythm in the chorus, which is a good instinct. I like that you have that ability to bring some originality. But rather than making it all flow together, it made the song feel like it was stopping and starting, especially on the Tonight I Wanna Cries. They didn't flow rhythmically with the rest of the song. So make sure when you do your reinventions that the rhythm still makes sense. But other than that, I have to say that you remind me quite a lot of a blonde Lisa Loeb, both in looks and in your sensibility. And that's a compliment. And I just like that you are not playing it safe, and I think you are going to go far, my dear. Your score is a 7.9. And the number 1 video of the week. That was a crappy drum roll, but there you have it. Number 1 is Laura, PixieChick689, singing Firework by Katy Perry. There's really not much to criticize here, because once again, it's a really strong, polished vocal performance, and since you did the whole song this time, we get that satisfying sense of build that wasn't there in your audition. One really severe nitpick might be that the word firework sometimes sounded like firework, like you didn't hit the W very hard, but that was only sometimes, and that's absurdly nitpicky, and I don't even know why I'm bringing it up, but I am. What I think, though, that will elevate your performance now is the presentation level. That's really kind of all I can think of. Like, the reason that it's not a 10.0 is A, that the vocal is a little bit too polished, if that makes any sense. I think Jerry has brought this up in his comments. That's one thing. That's a minor aspect. The presentation is what's keeping it from being... I don't know that I could envision what a 10.0 video would look like. But what's keeping it from maybe a 9 is the fact that it is just kind of a plain presentation. But also, you might want to consider a different lighting source, as this one is very bright. Maybe consider using a green screen, but don't get too cheesy with what you choose to fill the green screen in with if you do that. I know that if we want to talk about great vocalists from the past in the competition, Alicia Jordan in season 2, her vocals were just crazy, intensely, almost perfect every time. But one thing she did was a lot of green screen work, and some of them were a little bit Velveeta-y. So go for something more subdued if you do use a green screen. But don't have things, if you're going to use the blank wall, creeping into the edge of the visual. Like there was a little bit of a black curtain on one side and a little bit of some pictures on the other. And just be a bit more conscious of also where you're looking. You look off camera a little bit. I don't think it's a lyrics, it didn't feel like a lyrics check, but I think you were going for kind of a gazing into the distance thing, and it just didn't work for me. That's totally a matter of taste, though, I think. And once you get into the level of performance that you're bringing, that's all it's going to be, is a matter of taste. So your score for this week is the highest score of the season so far. It is an 8.3. So take note, people. This is the woman you are chasing. And take note, Laura. I think they're going to try hard to come and get you. So those are my critiques for this week. One last thing. I am putting up a video of me singing I Want to Love You Forever, which is one of the song choices for the coming week of Idol Search. I just felt like I should put my money where my mouth was and put up a singing video for y'all. So check that out as well if you like. Shameless plug for my music channel. This is my talking channel. Alright, that'll do. Bye-bye.